Hello, good evening and welcome to Sunday Night Super League, still the premier home of CM0102 content. Delighted to see a few of you have made it into the chat from the very beginning. Good evening, Tato, Steve, Ryan, who I can see in the chat, and those in the background. Evening, Duggan, as well, who I can just see has popped up as well. We're at the halfway point. And it's definitely going to be exciting times ahead with the transfer window set to open at the end of tonight's show, among other things. Let's say hello to tonight's co-commentator. We've done a bit of a trade this week after I appeared on Small Horse midweek. I'm delighted to say joining me tonight is well my local neighbour compared to most of you, I suppose. Evening, Smuts. Welcome back to the Super League.
Evening. Thank you very much for having me. I have dressed up for the occasion. I forgot my tie. I know how serious the Super League is. It's a serious show for serious people. I've been told to be on my best behaviour, to mind my P's and Q's, and not to mention the small horse that's on tomorrow at 9 o'clock. No, I wouldn't do such a thing. But it's nice to be on co-coms with you again. At least we're not going against the Super League this week, this time around.
No, for the whole two people we managed to attract in to really damage the ratings.
Well, that was the plan all along. As you said, this is the Premiership. I'm non-league.
This is where the cool kids hang out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Let's get straight into the evening's entertainment. Let's get all the flashy pictures and stuff up ready. As I was flashing through with the lack of unfortunately I didn't confirm your appearance on CoComs early enough for the flashy video. I'm sorry. I'll take the hit for that one. But we did flash up what was happening tonight, including you being on CoComs. We've got the highly anticipated Dragons versus Fulchester game, which we're hoping to start with. I'm really, really looking forward to that one. We've got the top two playing the bottom two over the course of the evening, and we've had a request for late night haggis. So Celtics versus haggis will be late on. Tato, he was one of them. You were right. Ryan says evening. Duggan says evening. There's Ian Edwards as well. Hello, Ian. Hope you're well, sir. Hope everyone has had a fantastic weekend. You've had a chance to have a look through where we are. As I say, tonight sees us at the halfway point. Quick look at the table before we start, pal. Haggis, match and burn, stride for stride at the top of the table.
Much so, yeah, very much the surprise package. Haggis, after their success a couple of seasons ago, back at it, but they're always going to be up there, aren't they? Ian is an absolute Super League warrior, always up there, and Dimble, fantastic to see him in the mix still as well. Nicest man in Champ Manager history. The surprise is obviously in fourth. Well, actually, surprise in fifth as well. As fantastic to see the Tato and the Sloth in fourth and fifth. Fantastic.
Indeed. And what I like, again, we seem to say it every year, but it takes new legs and finds new ways to keep people engrossed. We've got these top three battling out at the moment. And then, like you say, you've got the Tato and the Sloth there, fourth and fifth. And then 4 teams, I believe that is. Yeah, 4 teams on 16 points. So Dragons in the top 6 on goal difference alone. Then, what I'm now referring to as Swanley and Casuals, they're just a win away from overtaking them. And even at the bottom of the table, there's just 2 points separating 14th from 12th.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's actually competitive, isn't it?
Very much so.
Anybody can beat anybody in this league when it's every game is decided by 1 goal. So it's competitive all the way through, unless you're Steve Wright, obviously.
Well, you say that, but he did beat a 2-time Super League winner despite being pissed up midweek.
There you go. So there's the clarity that's come back to him since he is back on the booze. The clarity back to him. The fog has lifted. The fog of war has lifted. And the Magnus is back in his veins and he's absolutely flying again. Lovely to see.
He is indeed. Let's get on with the action. And as I said, I want to start with the heavyweight Titanic tussle that is Fulchester away at Dragons.
Titanic tussle of 6th versus 9th. Yep, lovely.
It is. But what's crucial to note here, both teams on 16 points. Goal difference is purely the separator. I'm sure, and do you know what? Ryan's the sort that would probably admit it. 12 games in, having 6 defeats would not have been on his agenda. He would have expected much better. The 5 wins, again, possibly a couple more, but that's kind of in the right direction. He would not have expected 6 defeats. I think he was coming in thinking this was going to be a stroll in the park to become free time Ryan. Free time Aldred.
The same token, he's one of the new managers, isn't he, this season? Obviously, he was part of the backroom staff, if you like, last year, but it's now him completely shaping the team. So I don't think he's probably expected to jump straight in without having a few of his own sort of transfer dealings.
He's had plenty. He's had plenty of transfer dealings. Believe me.
I can imagine he's needed to properly stamp his authority on the team himself. Jesus, he's got a strike force there, hasn't he?
He has indeed. Let's have a look at the team for tonight. The crucial one, as you would have seen there, Frey out injured for this one, which means Peruzzi plays.
It's not a bad backup, to be honest, is it?
No, not at all. He is a big fan of Southgate, and obviously Jaap Stam goes without saying that he plays. I quite like the look of the DM line. Alex in centre midfield, though, for me is where I'm not sure.
In fairness, yeah, those are your 3 most creative players. Nedved, Riquelme, and Alex. It's really a sort of drop in the ocean to see which of those 3 you'd bring into the central midfield. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think any of those 3 could do the same sort of job. But yeah, you're probably right. I'd as he's the younger of the three, I'd probably moved him further forward into his more natural position, and maybe have dropped probably Nedved back for me. But I don't know what he's been like stats wise, so it might be the better
Alex
decision.
or Nedved?
Well, either or.
Well, I'm happy to click away. So you just pick players and I'll click on them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, as average as humanly possible. 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 man of the match, and 7 out of 10.
Superb. Let's. He has been playing this formation more recently.
Yeah, there you go. That would make more sense with 3 attacking midfielders, in fairness. But
what's been interesting is the fact that it has been Vieri and Crespo, though.
Yeah, that's absolute madness. But looking at that forward line, you do have 3 or 4 world-class strikers. So picking just the one of those.
And let's not forget that Michael Owen isn't getting much of a look in, despite last year getting, when he's had a poor Super League history, 6 goals and 7 assists in 13 starts isn't a bad return for Michael Owen last year.
Not bad at all. And in the second season or the third season, I'm not sure which of the seasons it is.
Second on this one. Now.
I thought it was the second. He's only going to improve. Whereas Batistuta at his age is probably going to decline in ability. You expect to see Owen getting better and better and better as the saves sort of the season goes on. So I'd probably certainly be playing him over Batistuta at this stage. But
the home side won both fixtures last season, so that's good news for Dragons if that is to repeat itself. Let's have a look at their lineup. Lizarazu is taken out the side with the orange injury. They keep their same formation. Player-wise, Hayden comes into defensive midfield. McInnes moves up into centre midfield. Reyes and Ronaldinho swap sides. And as I say, Lizarazu misses out with Lee Young-kyo coming in on that left-hand side.
Yeah, I think they're a bit injury ravaged, are they not? I know Ndai's in the reserves. He's been out for a little while, is he not?
Yep.
Odd to see Hagen, that I don't know anything about at all, over Kaluzhny. Yeah, he looks okay, I suppose. Yeah, doing all right. Considering the DMs that a team like Haggis have brought in Michelini, and I assume he's brought in either Paulinho Santos or one of the other ones, Charlie Chaos or whatever. I know I've seen he's brought Michelini in. Yeah, that's not a DM that I know of at all. Kaluzhny's obviously got pedigree in the Super League, so it's a surprise for me not to see them.
Smuts is Haggis.
We're all Haggis.
All Haggis, aren't we? Let's go to kickoff then. As both managers said, key game this. What is your first prediction, please?
I feel like I'm going to have to go full Jose Mourinho at some point. If I speak, I'm in trouble. But I expect 0-0.
That's more like me these days.
I expect 0-0, but then this is the Super League. I expect 0-0 every game.
Okay, 0-0 is the prediction. Let's kick this one off. Evening, Emma.
There you go. She's picking 1-0. Which way, home or away? Home. There you go.
1-0 to Dragons predicts Mrs. Smuts. As Keon goes in the book just before the half-hour mark. It does look like Dragons have shaded it slightly. Fulchester playing their way back into it. See McQuelme's name popping up.
Yeah, they're the sorts of names you actually want to see.
Mm-hmm. Alex trying to get involved.
McQuelme, yeah.
Oh, I just spotted it's the infamous Wayne Oldham overseeing this one. In a weekend where no one watching will know except maybe Mr. Edwards. Referees have had a fucking torrid time this weekend in League Two. Every single game they have been trashed. But Wayne Oldham is the Super League equivalent of a League Two ref. That's for sure. Is Mrs. Smuts Haggis as well?
Yes, we're all haggis.
Let's have a look at the match stats. Just the one attempt from Fulchester. Dragons, as I suggested, have been shading it. Got a very, very impressive pass and tackle completion as well as winning 2/3 of the area duel. I saw what happened in the first 3 minutes of the Swindon game. Oh, mate, don't. It just got worse after that. The Swindon game was a fucking abomination. Wayne Oldham, what a legend, says Martin. Evening, mine. Hope you're well. Let's have a look at the home side stats first. And the thing that jumped straight out at me, the ratings look very good. But Reyes is not seeing much of the ball at all.
Very surprised that Reyes hasn't actually been playing much this season, as he looks absolutely class on paper. I saw that Duggan put something out about him being the saviour for the Dragons. He could actually be. So it'd be interesting to see him getting a proper run out. Certainly rate him, especially at this sort of point in a save, above Archie Back, and maybe I know he's a Dragons stalwart, of course. Uriah Rennie.
Modern day Uriah Rennie. Absolutely superb. And I can see Doug has put a sub through, so we'll just flash up the Fulchester stats quickly before I make that. Rating's not too dissimilar. They just don't have those couple of players going that extra mile at the minute.
Yeah. I think the difference there is a couple of 8s versus a couple of 6 in the wrong places. And obviously, I've just seen Duggan's substitutions, and of course, as I said,
as soon as you say something nice about a player. So we got back for Reyes and stick an arrow on Ronaldinho. No worries. Ryan rolling to 60. Dimble, the red was a red though, eh, Fyfie? Yeah, completely. Our player had absolutely no chance of getting away with that 37 seconds into the game.
Done all right in the rugby last weekend.
Yeah, he certainly would have done. But no, I'm very much in the camp that it was a red card as well. So he only has himself to blame. I'm more concerned about the fact that we conceded from our own attacking free kick, which is more the worry.
Bit Spursy. Excellent.
So with Ryan rolling to 60, let's carry on. And Vieri going off straight early in the second half. Not what Ryan would have wanted to see. Batistuta, the obvious change here.
Yeah, of course. At the same token, if anybody's going to lose Vieri and not be quite as worried, you've got 3 other world-class strikers coming up behind him.
Vieri got 6 in 12 before today. Batistuta 1 in 2 starts.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're not going to be too worried. Unless, of course, with the transfer window open, he's got rid of Vieri and 3 of the other strikers.
Do you know what? People are considering it's not officially open till after the show. I think there's already been about 150 transfers for Dimble to sort out. So I've lost track of who's got who. I don't know who's playing where. I know some people are having to play players because the only ruling as such is they've had to. Any new players have to have played or made 10 appearances before they can move again. So I know some people are doing deals where I will play this player X amount more times so that you can sign him in a couple of weeks.
Fair enough.
It all just gets
that
very
might
complicated.
explain why Hagen and McInnes are playing then, in fairness.
Saying of Ryan not sold all his other strikers, to which Ryan says Crespo and Owen are gone.
Yeah. And the one that I said is probably the least, the one that I would least like to be backing up Vieri is, of course, the one he's kept. Yeah.
Duggan going Tudor for Keown, rest as is. Interesting change that. Keown still such a huge part of what Dragons do. As for Fulchester, they've only got the one sort of attack-minded player left on the bench. Is it a tactical change or just a straight personnel change that gets Fulchester back in this, do you reckon?
For me, I'm moving Alex forward into that 3 attacking midfielders, and then one of probably Simeone rather.
I was going to say Simeone's the more likely one.
Yeah, and move that slightly further forward. Drop one of the DMs out. But yeah, as is my 0-0 pre-game prediction is looking very likely as it stands, unless it is, Batistuta versus Constantinu to sneak one at some point.
The legend versus the Super League legend.
Exactly. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see. The other change, of course, potentially would be to swap Alex with Cole and bring Cole off and keep even more attacking players on the pitch.
Potentially. It looks like it's
Prutton to CM and sub for Nakata. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So half of what we said is an option. Yeah.
Remove Arrow off Simeone. I believe that'll be Ryan Dunn because he's normally quite good at sending his messages, but I'll just give him 30 seconds to confirm he's happy with that. No additional changes from there. So yeah, kind of half what we said. Do you understand this change and do you think it could work?
Yeah. Again, it's slightly more attacking. I need to take my small horse head off there. 3 attacking midfielders is obviously madness in this league.
No, some people do it. You'll see.
Yeah, Rob.
Nedved, Riquelme, Batistuta. Nesta clears but comes back out to Riquelme. Nakata, Batistuta. Alex gets the loose ball. McInnes in the way into the final 10. Are we going to get late limbs in the first game of the evening? Nedved tries his luck, hits the post.
It's the post. Certainly looks more Colchester at the minute.
Yeah, the changes seem to have worked so far. 3 minutes to be added on. Here come Dragons, though. They have a free kick. Ronaldinho to deliver it. Cafu, Constantinu. Oh. Cole, Stam. Nakata picks up the loose ball. Riquelme now. Bo trips him. Goes in the book. I believe Dragons have had an insane amount of yellow cards this season as well, considering we're only at the halfway stage. And there's the final whistle. You're 1 for 1 with your 0-0 prediction.
There you go.
Will both managers take this? Possibly. Will either manager be frustrated? Probably.
Considering they're both on the same amount of points going into the game, they're both in and around that sort of playoff mix. I think everybody.
Ryan's summing it up perfectly.
I mean, I'm not saying that I haven't been saying that all season, but the 2 one-word responses that have come through so far, boring snooze fest.
Even Doug at 2 sides who've been average, serving up average shit. That glad it's out the way. Let's try and find some. Well, Tato will take that. Tato makes a good point, and this was going to be my next point as we just click through the screens. What this does do is open it up for everybody else.
Yeah, the couple of teams slightly behind them, 16 points, the 14 point, sort of 2 or 3, however many there were. Even Steve's in the mix now. 4 points.
Nobody is out of it. That's for sure. A little bit
of hope. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a little bit of hope there, Steve.
So what it lacked in maybe quality at times, it has added to in story for the evening. Next, it is Steve. We go to White Rose versus PPP.
There we go.
And 2 managers who went unchanged from their last game. So just a reminder for Steve, because he may not remember, Patrick Vieira dominated in a 2-1 win over 2-time champ Ryan in the main event on Thursday night. They were leading through Raul. Batistuta leveled it up in the 80th minute before Van Bronckhorst with the winner on the evening. As I say, unchanged for Steve. So this is how they line up. I don't know if you, again, as you were looking through all the different screens, or if you've noticed it on the ticker I've got going along the bottom. Kaladza is currently the player with the highest average rating in the league.
Yeah, but you put anyone next to Vieira in defensive midfield, he's going to do well, in all honesty. In the same way that it looked like Ryan had got 4 world-class strikers to pick from, Steve looks to have the exact same plethora of defensive midfield options, which is why he's playing 2 of them left and right mid.
I was going to say It does look odd to me, Van Bronckhorst being that far advanced, but I'm also not against it as such.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to keep going. It's going to be 0-0. It's going to be in a league that almost every game is decided by one goal. Having two defensive-minded wing options that you can drag back if you go 1-0 up at half time is not the worst idea.
One thing we should get is goals in this game. 3 previous meetings on this iteration. Both sides have scored in both games.
Indeed, yeah. And that will be because of one letter.
Music.
Yeah. One letter, and that is P.
Indeed.
P. That's the reason there will be goals, is Rob. Rob and
here's Bibin saying, I would definitely play Van Bronckhorst in the midfield now. Yeah, like I said, I'm not against it. It's just, for me personally, it's just odd to see him on the left wing. I don't mind him playing centre mid as such, for example, or left wing back, but seeing him left wing is just where it looks a little bit odd for me.
Especially when you've got Dede in the squad. Maybe it's a season too early for him.
And Dim was saying, worth noting that it is Wednesday to Sunday in games. If players don't respond quickly to contract offers, players won't be moved. That's it. You just get that caveat in early, Dimble. Nice work.
Yeah, that's the same sort of shit I get with Tato every week. Have I signed anyone else? Have I signed anyone else? It's been 5 minutes in game. Just chill.
As for Triple P, they line up as such. Palermo with Shevchenko and Brozek in support. It does look like a 3 that are more than capable, but for me, it's the 3 behind them, Emerson, Ambrosini, and Petit. If you can get them working, which clearly Rob has at the minute, then that is a very dangerous midfield. It might not look the most creative, but you're going to struggle to break it down.
Yeah, very much so. And Candela on the left as well. You're going to struggle to get past him. It's one of the better options at that position as well. Yeah, that's probably the most rounded team I've seen so far. It's the most
rounded team Rob's ever put out.
Yeah, it's painfully sensible, and I don't like it, Rob. Sort it out.
It's too sensible.
I don't like it. Fix it.
Where's the swashbuckling Triple P gone of
exactly
sloth years?
Ridiculous. Like
Tato indicating that Petit may be becoming a Badger soon, I believe.
Yeah, I have seen that I think he's on his way. Not sure who. I don't know who you'd then at Triple P put in that defensive midfield position instead.
Put Ambrosini back there.
Maybe.
Prediction for this one, Rose Triple P?
Well, this is the only one I'm not going to say 0-0 for, so I'm going to say 1-0.
1-0, lovely, thank you. Let's find out. Savage, you picked a region? Yes, he has. It's all in the group chat. But, Palermo. Yeah. Palermo opens the scoring on 17 minutes. Yellow card handed out as we reach the 20-minute mark. Chance for Rose to equalise goes begging. And there is Raul with his 5th of the season. And
if we stop now, I've got all of my predictions correct.
Emerson going off injured on 36 minutes. That is how you break that midfield up. But again, Super League royalty Richie Wellens, surely about to come on.
Jesus wept. Leicester City legend Richie Wellens, of course.
Hi from Sao Paulo. Hi, Rafael.
Okay, I bring all the Super League fun
fans from around the world.
Brazil. You got any thought? No, I'm not allowed to make any jokes. Sorry.
No.
Serious. I'm ignoring Brazilian fart porn. I'm not going to say anything. I'm being super duper serious.
You said Leicester City legend, but also Swindon Town legend as well from managerial perspective.
Yeah, I could say he managed you for a bit. Yeah. Yeah, took a step down from Salford, if I remember right.
Fuck right off. First of all, it's Salford. Salford, not Salford.
Salford, yeah. Well.
People will be going fucking... If there's anyone from the sort of greater Manchester area, they would go fucking berserk at you calling them Salford. Oh, dear me. Anyway, half-time. Triple P scored from that only shot on goal. And White Rose have had...
66%.
This is very similar to the first game that we watched, isn't it?
Exactly, except Konstantinu's not up front, so there's been goals going in. Be interesting. I'm going to go full Statman Swan here. 66% of the shots on target have been goals in this game.
Tato's saying, I like in Salford, for fuck's sake. I think he means he lives in Salford. I like in Salford doesn't really make any sense. I like that he's tried to spell it out phonetically for us as well, though.
Yeah.
How is the pronunciation of Salford even a debate? Because people like fucking Smuts can't say it properly.
In fairness, it was a slip of the tongue.
And there we go. Salford. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
And then there's Ryan, dirty old town.
It's the same debate I have with my southern missus, where the letter R goes into 95% of words. Like, where's the R in Bath?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because she's from a posh family that will call it Bath.
Ridiculous.
No, it's Bath.
Fucking Downton Abbey school.
Anyway, Downton Abbey. I still get pulled up because I've lived here so long now. People up here, like certain people, still think I've got an accent from sort of Swindon, but they confuse the Wiltshire accent with Somerset and assume I talk like a farmer, like this, and uar and cider. And I'm like, no, that's not how people from Swindon talk. And then when I go home, they're like, oh, you sound like you're from Leicester now. And I'm like, no, I don't, because I don't have lazy Y's. I don't say jitter, inkler.
Yeah, I used to get full apples and pears when I was down in St Albans for a decade. Luckily, being back for long enough, the R's have gone out of Bath.
Bibbins, Holly's watching Downton Abbey right now.
There you go.
Fyfie, do you get the dirty old town reference? No, sorry. I don't. I just assume that you had something against them being from Bolton. I haven't seen anything yet from Rob, I don't think, but Steve's just put here's Tony for Pizarro, Guerrero for... Oh, he's going for it.
Good boy.
The big changes coming in at half-time. I like Liverani, and I don't think he's a bad central midfield option. Do you know what? I would probably pick him over Guerrero.
I would certainly start him over Guerrero, yeah. But in a game that is close like this, you probably need someone slightly more creative. You probably would go for Guerrero at that point.
Wood has thrown his 2 cents worth. The whole of Greater Manchester is a shit tip.
Isn't Wood
Thanks,
a scout?
Wood. He is Scouse, yeah.
No comment. I'm just going to go and get another beer.
Rob going as is till 60. And it's a 2-1. Candea, the man you pointed out, has given the away side the lead again. Rose trying to force a second equaliser as we reach the hour mark. Did you just miss your mouth?
No.
Oh,
it's fucking big enough.
Ryan's explained his earlier comment. The Pogue's dirty old town was written about Salford.
Yeah, so was Shithole by Wooder. By whatever, I was going to try and remember.
Shithole by Wooder.
By Wooder's bands from Skins, Series 4, Episode 5, or whatever it was.
It wasn't Wooder.
Wooder was in a band that was in Skins, and I couldn't remember.
Oh, no, it was. I'm thinking of... it was the one... It was Boise's mate that sung songs.
Oh, the fella from The Voice?
Yeah. Anyway, I think we've got lost. Steve going as is. Great singer too. What a lad, says Jens. We need
Genius,
leads.
We need leads. That was it. We need leads.
Grixty. That's what I was looking for. Thank you.
Grixty.
So I've lost all track of it. So Steve's going as is what I needed to remember. What about Triple P? They are leading again. So you'd imagine Rob's going to go as is as well.
Yeah,
I missed Ryan. I was going to flash something what Ryan said, and with all the talk about Grixty, I lost track of what it was. Oh, there it was. Would have just outed himself as a Tory. Can't say I'm surprised. All these men. Grixty is now trending in Super League. All the comments say Grixty. Del Vecchio on for Sheva is the comment I was looking for. Thank you very much, Rob. And we continue on. So, having seen the changes, do you see Rose get back into this, or could Triple P extend their lead?
No, Steve shit.
No, there's Roy Mackay.
I mean, what I mean is, yeah, definitely.
Roy Mackay, who I'm sure played for Triple P.
I only remember him playing for Dudley Hill.
And there is man of the season, Kaladze, getting sent off for a second bookable offence.
I did note that he was only on a 6 at half time as well, so he's having one of his poorer games so far.
The good news for Rose fans worldwide is that Patrick Vieira is more than capable of doing the job of two men.
Fine. Yeah. I mean, at this point, 9 minutes to go.
What's Ronnie Johnson going to offer?
The bottom ends, I'm thinking throw Mackay up front, bring Vieira across. What the fuck else are you going to
do? If the committee, bunch of red enders, want to use my band's songs as the introduction to Super League, I will go in the loft and get it.
A lot of huge careers launched by Skins. Wooders was not one of them.
Tato also highlighting the Guerrero might be a Badger soon. Fucking hell, Tato, have you done a deal with every club so far? Right, Steve is done. Rob, obviously with being a red card, you have the option to amend things if you should like. So please let us know. Please respect the committee, says newest committee recruit Jens.
Free up top, please. There he is. We're all PPP. Couple of arrows on Wellens and Ambrosini. Good man.
Yours is slightly ahead of mine. Is he actually asked for the arrows, or am I waiting for a comment that isn't there? I was waiting for that comment to come through.
No.
Oh, no. Okay. Free up top came through at the same time. Lovely. Thank you. Right. 10 minutes to go. And Rose down to 10 men. Dimble suggesting Mackay may be set to become. Oh, Devecchio looks certain to score. Why is it stopped? Oh, there it is.
Ooh.
Building up the suspense.
Building attention. Yep.
Heading into injury time, and here come the 10 men. Why is Lasisi running the length of the pitch to have a go?
Lasisi did so well until the finish. Well, that's probably expected. Lasisi looks like the only one who wants to win the game.
Say, can't put my finger on what result I take here. Well, you're going to have to accept a Desmond.
On the face of the previous. Smuts could be making all sorts of changes here. There we go. No. That's what I would have done. It's not what I did. You know, might have actually won the game if he'd have done that. But, you know. Yeah, you'd take a point if you stay. But you'd take any points if you stay.
Again, like I said at half-time, very similar to the first game, where both managers will probably take the point looking at that, but will also both be a little bit frustrated.
I'd be more frustrated if I'm Rob at that end of the table, because 3 points there really, really, really puts the pressure on the front running 3.
Yep.
Whereas a point dropped there is far more valuable to the likes of Tato and Dragons slightly behind there. So
Ryan's anti-Rose campaign continues. 6 undefeated for the boys from Pyongyang, says Rob. And there's Mr. Swan. Swan.
Uniswan.
But well done. Another draw, 2 draws in the first 2 games, but a 2-2 to go with the 0-0. So we're averaging 1-1.
Yep.
For the 2 games. Let's move on. And Swanee, you timed it perfectly because we're going Bostock Swanley away to Walton Casuals. Casuals, who were one of those teams you mentioned earlier on the 14-point mark. So they would have taken note of the fact that Dragons and Fulchester played out that draw.
Yeah, both of these 2 teams are very happy with the first 2 games so far, unless nothing comes of this game. If it's a draw again, both teams are they are where they are. But if one of these 2 teams picks up 3 points, they start looking at the playoff. So far happier.
Looking at Swan's side here, there was a change in the attacking line. So Larson was on this right-hand side. He's moved central with Elbear now coming in. Arguably for me, one of, if not the best wing partnerships, at least on paper, in the division.
Yeah, certainly. Boomer and Dyer are both fantastic players. In that formation with nothing in midfield at all, that's probably the right call. But again, same with Steve. He's got the opportunity to drop that back a little bit. Although no real midfield options, you're not putting any of those 3 attacking midfielders. You're not bringing them back into midfield at all, are you? So,
absolutely not. Looking at Tomadera claims a place on the bench for this one. As well in the other change. History-wise between these sides, first game of last season was a 1-1 draw, but Casuals ran out 4-2 winners in this fixture last season. Let's have a look how Hodge's side line up. People want you to do Kevin Phillips impressions. I think I missed this episode. I think Tato has done something which everyone found entertaining and expects all co-commentators to replicate. What, Tato did something entertaining?
No chance. Not a chance. I've heard his podcast.
Got the perfect hair for airheaders, though, says Marty.
The only Kevin Phillips impression I can do is the Zimmer frame celebration he did for Leicester. When he scored at the age of 40 for us.
Hersey is the only change. No, there was 2, I think. Oh, no, just 1. Hersey's the only change being injured. Van der Vaart comes in in the left centre of midfield. Tommy Smith getting the one thing I did note about this team, and it's very similar when we come to Badgers. I like that Hodgie is a balls out subs bench. It's a goalkeeper and 3 attackers, essentially. there's no defensive reinforcement.
Just the way forward. And again, I'm gonna look at this, and apart from Kutuzov, that is a very, very, very good lineup. Really, that is the most. I take it back now. That's now the most rounded team I've seen put out so far.
I've also just noted that I think I prefer how you say his name, Kutuzov, because I always call him Kutuzov.
Yeah, it's Kutuzov, isn't it?
Mate, I'm shit at names generally.
Hang on. Dan's the expert. How do we pronounce
Kutuzov?
Yeah, and how do we pronounce Salford as well?
So how do we pronounce Salford? Swan saying, reminder, Hodgie gets the all-time wins record tonight if he's victorious. Currently tied on 104 with Craig.
Okay.
There you go.
Statman Swan coming in big.
Loves it.
Yeah.
Loves it. Smith's first appearance of the season. Prediction, please?
To be honest, looking at the lineups, I was gonna go 0-0, but no, I think Casuals, that team.
Casuals getting that record tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going tonight.
Lovely.
So,
on the week,
1-0.
On the same week that Harry Kane broke the all-time England goal-scoring record, is Hodgie going to claim you call him a prick?
I hate Harry Kane.
Just because he was shit at Leicester?
Not only was he shit at Leicester, the next season he scored 30 goals in the Premier League for Spurs and did nothing for us in the Championship.
There's Zambrotto, his first of the season. Just as Hodgie puts the it's been jinxed for tonight.
You're welcome.
I do remember Harry Kane being shit at Leicester. And there's Montella levelling things up on 28 minutes.
You can never really count Montella out, in all honesty.
Kluivert having his arguably his best Super League season as well for casuals.
He did really well for Dragons one season, didn't he?
A much more entertaining first half for the neutral. One apiece.
Definitely. Far more attacking from the side I've picked out as being the best one so far.
And Ryan, who had commented, text phonetics, here we go. Dan has come to the rescue with Kutuzov, pretty much.
There you go. Kutuzov.
Kutuzov, yeah. There we go. Every day is a school day. Almost no O in of. He follows up with, thank you, Dan. Fyfie, are you moist because Cambiasso is at number 1 in the average ratings?
He's number 2.
No, I think he's number 2.
Yeah. Literally scrolling along the bottom, Tato, mate.
But I'm very happy for his achievements, yes. It's nice to see people.
Another Leicester legend, Esteban Cambiasso. He's magic, you know.
He is indeed. Looking then at the home side
another
stats.
Good game.
The midfield, though, everything is going through Veron pretty much. You look at like Soczewski, Van der Vaart, and I'm not going to be able to do it now. Say it for me.
Kutuzov.
Thank you. They're not seeing as much of the ball as Veron. Do you think that's tactically decided that way because Veron is far superior to the rest of them, or just the way the game's playing out?
If it's not, it should be. So I'm going to give Hodgie the benefit of the doubt with his Super League pedigree, which is easy for you to say. Certainly would. I would expect that is the way it's been planned, is to go through Veron. Soroczynski's there just to make tackles, and he's doing half a good job there. And Van der Vaart's there to mop up the rest.
Oh, I hope they did. This is superb. Dan's just put, did they ever use the headline, Leicester bound Cambiasso?
I should hope so.
If they didn't, someone needs shooting.
That's fantastic.
As for Swanley, Said and Patsazoglu in that crucial DM position, both with alternating arrows, both on yellow cards. Is that something Swan might have to look at?
Yes, in as much as he's got a couple of options there on the bench that would help out. I'd probably look at Patsazoglu.
Because Said's rating.
Yeah. And the way that I know Swanee plays him in the small horse as well, it's probably the favoured of the two options.
Everyone 6 or above, yes. Everyone 85% or above, yes. We carry on to 60. No changes from either side. And we're already at 60. That was worth doing, wasn't it? We paused the game on a corner. Just going back to while we let Hodgie decide if he's making any changes, Jens said that Cambiasso was absolutely sensational at some point for Inter. I might be wrong here, but do I not remember him being quite good at Real Madrid as well?
Yeah, it's fantastic at Real and Inter. Yeah, he was unlucky at Real Madrid in that they brought in Makaleli to replace him. So
Makaleli was some player as well, wasn't
he? Yeah, you're not going to win out in that one, realistically. And yeah, he was just world class at Inter, and the fact that he even wanted to play for Leicester is just madness. And the fact that he came to Leicester and completely lifted us
You'll appreciate this comment from Ian because you can never
it's
do it in the
fucking
small.
I don't know how you manage it every single fucking game. It's either 56 minutes or 65 minutes every time.
Lopez coming on for Van der Vaart for casuals. Yes, Dan saying very young at Real. In fact, is it Real on 0102, isn't he?
Yeah, on loan.
On loan at like River Plate or something.
Yeah, River. Yeah, it might be Independiente actually.
Yeah, I think you might be right, Independiente. Yeah. Swan Tomad for any of the MCs if they are on a 6. Keen 7, Elbert 7, Larson 7. Ryan saying I managed a 74 on Thursday. And Dimple saying I managed an 84 on my first stream.
Effort.
It happens to all of us. There's no way we stop every game on 60. It's impossible.
I forget half the time, and it just an 84.
Well, Ian says if I was in charge, I wouldn't even remember. I'm guessing Swanee's going to go unchanged, but I just wanting to confirm, given that they're all on 7s. Let me just bring the conditions up for him as well.
I think probably of the 3, Elbert would be the one because he's not a natural.
He's not a forward, is he? He's a striker.
He's a striker, yeah. As is Tomad. So of the 3, that's probably the one I'd look at.
Ian's then thrown Dimble under the bus completely. And Jens has high expectations. I expect my game to be stopped at 60. Swan going unchanged. Or was it Duggan? Ian can't remember now. He's retracted. Oh, dear me. Still one apiece as we pass the...
Did you do Lopez for Van der Vaart?
I did.
You did, yeah. I've just seen it.
And there's Patrick Clive with his 10th of the season. But Montella is having none of it. It was his 5th of the season. And the heavyweight strikers have come out to play. Buffon with a save. Larson picks it up. Larson! And for the first time in the night, Swanley have the lead.
Oof.
Was Dimble against me, says Duggan. And there's Dyer, Larson, Elbert. Baumer with the corner. Kutusov heads it clear. Zé Roberto picks it up. I know it's not said right. Lopez, Veron. Saved by Khan. Lopez now. Perfect tackle. Montella on a hat-trick. Zé Roberto's been sent off for taking out Montella.
Soroczynski left wing back straight away, done.
See, do you know what? I would disagree. I would have Cambiasso left wing back and drop Soroczynski DM.
Yeah, potentially. But how well Cambiasso has been doing there all season, I'd be loath to move him.
Everyone's saying what a great game this is. I'm enjoying it massively.
Lopez left wing back. Ooh.
Hang on. Swan's gone early here. Let me just make sure I've got Hodges. Lopez left wing back, yeah. And then just level these up. Another deal for Potato.
Probably the best one of his deals as well. That's a 12-game ban as well. That definitely
12-game ban. So I think Hodges happy with that.
That's it done. Yeah.
And allowing the change, Tomadira coming on for Elbert.
Yeah.
Another tater. That's all he asked for, wasn't it, Tomad, for Elbert?
Yep.
Lovely. Let's resume the action. 12 minutes of this enthralling game to play. Still 3-2 to Swanley, who are now a man up as well. Patsoglu, but Lopez, surely not. Oh, he's only warned. Dyer, Montella. Oh, he's had the woodwork looking for his hat trick. Time ticking away for the home side. Cambiasso, but Tomadira picks it up. 5 minutes are going to be added on.
That does make it seem like it was a very bad red card if there's 5 minutes added on. Lucky Tato.
Larson could be in trouble. He's booked. Free kick, Veron. Khan saves it and holds on to the ball. Khan again and quick distribution out. Patsazoglu, hard tackle. Silvesco's in the book. Dyer lines up a free kick. Skims the How many times has the woodwork been here? Is there time for one last chance, Zambrotta? Sorotinsky, calm with another save. Claims for penalty. Ref says no, he's moved away. Linesman. No, the Lions haven't done a bit. And Ryan very quickly. Casuals are cursed by the record. Oh, wow.
It's taken 13 weeks, but finally an interesting game in the Super League, and I'm glad I was here to witness it. Fantastic.
This is two teams just going hammer and tong at this. Look at that. 26 attempts at goal. Superb. There's Martin. Look, a Super League classic.
Great game. Really, really unlucky to have lost that one, Hodgie. And you're probably right. I probably cursed you on that one.
Mike just said, where is it? No, I've gone one too many. Mike just saying, wow. Tremendous match, says Dan.
Absolutely.
Let's have a look at the home side, who Clivert got a 9 rating. Lopez ended up playing left wing back because of say Roberto's red card.
Yeah, you can't really look at that.
No, 28 free kicks, says Mike. Great game that. Well done, Hodgie and Swan, says Jens. So much that you could unpick from that. Montella and Clive. I mean, Oliver Kahn, basically, he's conceded twice and still got a 9 rating.
Yeah, it's first.
You saw at the end how many times it said Kahn with a save.
Just can't save. Yeah, 11 shots on target and only 2 of them have gone in. He's made 9 saves.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad effort.
So Dan responds to Mike Savage's 28 free kicks comment with 8-8 draw on throw-ins.
I believe in the first 2 games there were also draws on throw-ins. I saw a 4-4 draw on throw-ins in one of them.
We are what was the red for? We'll go back to it. At the end. So we're going to Vikings versus Gazelles. Gazelles in 8th place in that cluster of teams on 16, as are Vikings. So we've already seen the other 2 sides in this play out a draw. Caswell's getting a free kick every 3 minutes, says Mike. So can one of these sides take advantage of what else has been going on?
You'd hope.
What was red ball for sending off, says Dan.
This is the closest to a formation I would play, and B, a team I would look to maybe put together. The Gazelles. I like a lot of this. A lot of names that are unfancied by a lot of other teams. You'd say probably the Celtics aside, nobody else would touch Rivaldo or Seedorf.
Rivaldo, yes. I'm not so sure on Seedorf.
Yeah, potentially Seedorf. Having Vargas in there and Adilson and Denigris up front, they are not names that you see very often in Super League teams. So very, very interested to see how they do. Much like the Denigris that just got brought into the small horse for the Unicorns, scored on his debut, so I'll be cheering him on.
I believe Dan sent you something. Get away. Some instructions, Fyfie. I'm on backup if you haven't seen them or in case anything happens. I haven't noted anything specific. He sent me this tactic in the team. Haven't noted anything particular, no. I've got them copied, ready to paste. Apparently did. Unless it was in a DM possibly, because I think it was already marked as red. Potentially, anyway. So yeah, it's interesting what you said about Gazelles, because I've said it's probably wrong one. I've said it's probably the least likely to a squad I would build.
There you
go. Vikings unbeaten against Gazelles last season. Super League DM's Fyfie. His little one is struggling for sleep. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't got Twitter open because of having StreamYard. I don't want too many things open. So someone can. He told me Barthez was supposed to be dropped. I will get them up and ready while we look at the Vikings team. I did ask Jens if he could drop one player, but I don't know up until going live if he'd seen that message.
Why is D'Alessandro not playing?
He was last game. He's been dropped for this one.
That's absolute madness.
The AM line's completely changed.
Yeah, the version of D'Alessandro that I've seen in the save you sent me earlier is the best D'Alessandro I've ever seen.
So we've got. I want your take on the central midfield, if I can, and also the big news is new signing Serginho finally over the line, straight into the lineup.
Yeah, I like Serginho. It's odd.
I can't get on my phone because I've taken Super League Twitter off.
It's odd looking at the players that they have on the. Kachkovic is one that I don't know much about. I know he's in Small Horse at Dimble's Hurricanes.
There you go.
But how's he been doing? Not played. So that's a complete new entity for the Vikings by the look of it. Interesting to see how he gets on. Justin Walker is always. He's one of those intrinsic players that's always fantastic. I don't understand why or how. I don't get why or how. But Dan clearly
you just don't get why or how.
He looks shit on paper. He looks shit in CM Scout. He just looks shit. But he's fucking brilliant every single time. And it was Tato who really absolutely destroyed me with Justin Walker. When I've been saying this about Justin Walker for ages. He's rubbish. Why is he good? I don't get it. And then he did some sort of test where I said I could get Jordan Stewart to be better than Justin Walker. And I think Justin Walker got 57 assists and 300 goals in that season. Just made me look silly. So I don't get it, but he's fantastic. And I imagine he's been doing really well all season.
Jens, as Darbo hasn't played, I'm just going to drop him for the time being so that we've got a nice, easy screen to look at.
Oh, that hurts my soul otherwise, yeah. Yeah, that's the Kachkovic maybe for D'Alessandro be the only one. Oh, somebody been giving him a rolling contract. Is that how he got over the line?
I want the CM version of Justin Walker to suffer life-changing injuries and not for the better. This intrinsic shit is killing me, says Martin.
There you go. I don't understand it. I tried to understand it, and it worked really well. All of these fucking intrinsic players, and then the save broke, and I was glad the save broke because it was twisting my melon. I didn't like it.
Yeah, he's on a roll. He says Ryan offered a full-time one. Prediction for this game, please.
If you're looking at it on paper, you should probably expect the Vikings, but they were, the last time I looked, they were doing quite well in the league, and now they're just under the playoffs, so presume they've lost a couple on a bounce. 0-0.
Okay. 0-0.
Yeah.
An early red card. So Seedorf lasted almost as long as Jacob Wakeling did for Swindon yesterday. Super.
Leicester City reject Jacob Wakeling. You know.
Oh, we've got a few Leicester City boys in Swindon these days. Plato saying, I don't think Jay Walks is good because of intrinsic values. He's just got quality ratings in useful places.
Isn't that exactly what intrinsic values means? I love this. Tato's team next week is all suspended.
Marty saying shift Mendieta over. Will do. Thank you, sir. Ryan, Gazelles are on the roids this season.
Like it.
Oh,
as early in this game as it is, I'd maybe look at dropping Mendieta back and having 4 across at the M line, but you can see how it goes to half time at the very least.
Jens, with it being a reg, you're allowed to change it if you want to do it this early into the game. Oh, he said Gore. Sorry, mate. I hadn't seen the message. While we just wait confirmation from Jens, just something for little note for the diaries or whatever. Last night I watched Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, and cannot recommend it enough if you've got an hour and a half where you want to go on some sort of trip without taking any substances. It is easily one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life, but for some reason you just can't stop watching it. It is a comedy horror version of Winnie the Pooh. And
it's got rocks written all over
Hook me, it is sensational.
I know Dan doesn't watch any films ever.
That's the one to watch, Dan.
I would like Dan to watch this film and review it. In fact, I'd like to watch it along with Dan as he says what's happening as it happens.
What platform is it on? So I rented it on Sky for £4.39. I believe it's also available for £5 on Amazon. I don't think Netflix have degraded themselves enough to make it available, but I definitely know Sky and Amazon have it for £5.
I've just put a moody website in the chat for you there, right? I'm not going to say it in case it gets flagged on YouTube for some reason.
Yes, it's literally an hour and a half of Winnie the Pooh and Piglet killing sort of 20-year-old girls. It's funny, very funny.
True.
Yeah, very funny. Yeah. We've reached half time, and the only thing to really comment on is the red card there. Gazelles, however, have had the most chances.
Yeah, and were it not for the being down to 10 men, you'd be upset as a Gazelles fan to not be in front.
Not awful ratings, though, from Vikings. They're seeing plenty of the ball. Everyone's involved. So it's just...
Obviously, one of the few players we picked out, Justin Walker, and he's on a 6. Yeah. I've cursed anybody I've spoken about all night. And Katskevich also mentioned on a yellow card. Yeah.
So this is the third time today I've seen this referenced, and I have no idea what it is. What's ChatGPT?
So ChatGPT is an AI platform that effectively you put in a bunch of random words and then it picks out, it basically comes back to you with what could effectively be a thing. So you remember all the pictures where you could put in Fyfie cats and then it would come back with a bunch of pictures of, that bloke from the office who looks like you fucking a cat. Yeah, it's like that, but just words instead. Right,
okay. Mendieta to DMC, swap Vargas for Nicky. That's all, unless you have other instructions from Dan. So the instructions from Dan say at the 60-minute mark, bring Nicky on for whoever is the lowest rating out of Rivaldo, Seedorf, and Adilson. Well, Seedorf's off. It can't be him. Worst explanation I've ever heard, Smuts.
Yep, you're welcome.
Says Ryan. And then he just goes on to say it's an AI chatbot.
Yeah, that's probably better. Yeah.
So as Martin said, unless I have other instructions from Dan, I will stick with the ones that he's messaged the Super League account and just do this sense. Vikings change. Walker swap with Totti. Totti to left midfield. 3 up top. Mido for... Oh, yeah, Mido's coming on. Get him. Obviously, we commented on Mido on Thursday, didn't we? And he went and scored as well.
He did indeed. Long arrows on the wing backs.
Penza, centre, Mido left, Ollie right, long arrows on the wing backs. He's going for it, isn't he?
Yeah, interesting.
Bibbin's saying, ChatGPT is amazing if you ask it to produce scripts for warped episodes of TV shows or a review of the season where a squad of puppets take on the Premier League.
Brilliant. Dan, every now and then, Dan just sends me WhatsApp messages that are about 3 pages long, and it's just a script for Rainbow where Freddie and Jason end up in the Rainbow studio and Bungle gets his entire face eaten by a bunch of pigment and stuff. It's the maddest, crazy shit going, and it's brilliant.
Not for I like so Tato's just put, do you or do you not like Golovko? Yes, says not for the piss you are offering for him. And Ryan's telling me to check out this Chat GPT.
Chat GPT, yeah. I just like waiting for Dan to send me ridiculous scripts for stupid things.
Well, if I don't get a chance in the immediate future, we must be due a catch-up soon. We'll just catch up half hour earlier and you can show me what's going on with it. How's that?
Sorted. There we go.
We'll do it while we're in Five Guys or Nando's, wherever we're next eating. Right, let's get back on with the game.
But it depends if you dump me for a 20-year-old blonde to watch films with instead.
Well, that will always be the preferable option.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I've done a you and done it far too early there. 58 minutes is poor. Oh fucking hell! Now it's gone to 66.
This is exactly it. It's either just before or miles after every time.
Martin's saying ChatGPT to host season 15 of the Super League.
You probably get better opinions out of it than me, certainly.
Right, 66 minutes on the clock. Etsabaria is still an option here for Vikings if they want to go more attacking. Serginho struggling a little bit maybe with fitness. It's another consideration.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'd be looking at both Bishkan and Etsabaria. For Bishkan for Kachkovic and Etsabaria.
Right, hang on. Right. So we've got two completely different comments here. So Jens says Totti Diagaro, that's it. Lovely, thank you. Done. Dan says I want to make
assistant manager.
Yeah, the assistant manager for Vikings has commented. I once made Jess supposed to Pat go for a letterbox and Pat couldn't get him out for 160 years. He went on hunger strike while he was missing the balloon to 440 stone. What the fuck? It's so weird. Right, Nicky Ferenko is to come on for the lowest rating between Seedorf, who's off, Rivaldo, who is on a 7, and was it Adilson, the other one, who's on a 6? Yeah. So Nicky Ferenko for Adilson is the change. And that, for me, makes sense. Martin, do you want to do anything in addition?
Well, Nicky Ferenko was supposed to come on at half-time, in fairness.
No. So Martin said, unless I had other instructions from Dan, and Dan says at 60.
There you go. I'm not sure all of us should be allowed to use ChatGPT. I agree.
Yeah, Jens is saying Bartes. Nothing else, Fyfie. Thank you, Martin. No worries. Let's resume this game. Still 0-0 despite Gazelle's having 10 men since the second minute. But there's Serginho on his debut with the goal. 1-0 to the home side, 20 minutes to play.
For that full-time contract is Serginho.
He really wants that contract. Free kick awarded Mendieta. Well held by Costanza. Totti now picks it up. Desai and Penza. Mido, all of a sudden, one of you hit it. Bartes with a fine save. It annoys me when you see every player in like the front three touching the ball and none of them shooting. They're just passing to each other.
Controlling possession. That's it. Just getting their Opta stats up.
Here's Mido and Penza. All of a sudden, and Penza, Bartes, and Penza picks it up. And Bartes at the second attempt gets his body around the ball. Big result this could be for Vikings if they maintain this victory. Handball, free kick awarded. Kivu just smashes it straight to the goalkeeper. Oh, there was the chance. Lucky. That was the chance. Was then. Here they come again, maybe, but Kloppe gets in the way. Mendieta gets a lecture. It's Olasadabi. Hits Uliano.
And there's the got that one over the line. Yeah. The difference is the 10 men at the end.
Martin, with referees like this, who needs enemies? Serginho, says Dan. And Ryan, full-time news. Serginho has been out of contract for some time and has decided to leave the club. 1-0 to Vikings. and probably on the balance of play deserving it, helped massively by having a man advantage for virtually the whole game.
Yeah, absolutely nothing for the second half for Gazelles, and they ran their absolute bollocks off by the looks of it in the first half. So, yeah, the 10 men for 93 minutes of the game.
If I
what's
was
done the difference there.
If I was Jens, I would be annoyed having had a man advantage for 88 minutes that my goalkeeper has got man of the match.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would infuriate the shit out of me.
Yeah. In the same token, 2 of your front 3 there have got 8 out of 10. So yeah, it's not horrendous. Could have been worse.
As for Gazelles, very respectable, with the exception of Seedorf. There just wasn't enough support there for the attacking that the Nigris, Adilson, and Nicky Franco all struggling to really impact the game.
Well, yeah, they're going to at that point with nobody behind them and everybody just chasing shadows for 93 minutes. So.
I'm about to drop Costanzo and he drags me back in, says yes. But well done to Vikings who pick up the victory. As we move on,
into the playoffs as well.
We wanted late Haggis, didn't we? So let's go to Bern, who face Asta. They're without Jeremies, without Zeleus, and yet still have an all-star 11.
Yeah, and probably their star player, again on paper, if you're looking in Scout, I'd imagine, would be Javier Zaviola, and he's not even in the squad.
He's never going to get in the squad when you got Sigalka.
Yeah. Who needs him? And the bane of my Super League existence is in behind him as well.
Harry Kuehl? No, Joe Cole, sorry.
Joe Cole. Yeah, who I tried desperately to sell to Ian multiple times. He's finally got his man. There you go.
Byrne won both fixtures last season, scoring 8 goals in the process.
Yeah,
I
think they'll be all right.
But this is a different Asta now, because this is Savage Asta, and not only that, but Mr. Savage also has history with Byrne, so he knows the squad.
Yeah, was he not assistant?
He was the cup manager.
Cup manager, there you go. Assistant to the assistant manager. Yeah,
something to that effect. Yes. And this is the team he's gone with.
Yeah, different Asta, same position in the league.
It's a lot closer though. A win can move them off the bottom. Mike saying, "Not looking forward to this."
I wouldn't be if I were you, Mike.
There's plenty of. Well, I say this. There appears to be plenty of quality. I mean, he says he's not looking forward to this, but Brown and West are perfectly capable centre backs. You've got Keane and Van Bommel in there as well. They're perfectly capable of shielding the defence. Looking at this, do you think he's playing for a draw?
Well, no. If he was playing for a draw, he'd have a few more defenders in there. And Taribo West is on 80%. I wouldn't be playing him if he was playing for a draw. Hopefully, and obviously you don't show the behind the scenes bit. Hopefully, he's got some sort of counter attacking option on, so that he can try and mop up as much of the inevitable pressure from Zagalco as possible.
I just want to check that I haven't missed something with West. I don't think I have, but I do just want to check it to be sure. Because it's not often someone plays someone on 80%. Sorry, excuse me. Give me 10 seconds just while that loads up. Savage. No, West is definitely selected. That's fine. Asta looks sensible here.
Yeah.
Sister.
For Mike, this does look sensible. Yeah.
Okay, let's...
doesn't spell anything. So it's sensible.
He's not an orange injury, says Mike. So he's fine to play.
No, he's not. Just
a bit tired.
On an 80%.
Oh, fuck me. We've got a clash here. Oh, my God. This is going to be horrible. So we've got Burn in orange against Aster essentially in orange.
Gold, yeah.
What are you predicting here?
But this one's definitely not going to be 0-0. I can say that with Sigalko up front. This is 2 or 3-0.
Hold on. We have Super League royalty in the building. Andreas is here. How are you, pal? Good, long time no speak. Hope you're keeping well. For those long enough in the Super League tooth to remember the infamous Valen side and their sensational pineapple formation, which that's what it was called, is the Valen pineapple. It was a completely narrow side, and it was just ridiculous. It just seemed no one could beat it. There's Martin. He remembers the Swedish legend. Ryan remembers as well. Never forgotten, Andreas. Hope you're keeping well, pal. Anyway, sorry, prediction time.
2 or 3, easy here, I'm afraid, Mike.
2 or 3 for Burn. Keane gets a nice early yellow card. Aster are winning. Aster are winning.
Like I said, 2 or 3-0. I didn't say which way.
Wow, Carlos goes in the book. And there's Sigalko's token goal. Keane's off. And a difficult job has become even harder.
It was Carrick or Yakubu for probably Locatelli or Edmundo, if he's doing anything.
So, in case anyone wanted a little history lesson, I don't know if it's ever been mentioned, but Ryan won the Super League twice. Okay.
Did he?
He did. And
never mentions it.
Andreas has said, all fine with me. Thanks for the nice words, Fyfie. Ryan's pointed out that almost no one could beat the pineapple, which Andreas has still got nightmares about the final against Ryan. And Ryan's put, I still can't believe it. There we go.
Leaving as is.
Mike saying, yes, stop it now. That was at 1-0 up. So he's leaving it as is. Ian, if you'd like to change anything, let me know. Otherwise,
Mike
we'll
going
continue.
full Donald Trump 7 minutes in. Stop the count.
Yes, the Valen versus Phoenix final is certainly one to go back and watch. If you well, I'm not going to call it a travesty because that would be unfair. But Andreas sums it up perfectly here. It was like 15-2 in shots or something, and the 2 have it. the 2 won it.
Dear.
Ian going as is.
And you're still shouting about that, Ryan, yeah?
He does, yeah. So no changes for either side. Sigalko getting a couple of attempts in, so it can't be long before he gets his second. Which of Ryan's 2 was that? That was the first one, it would have been. Martin saying Henri with a sucker punch. That's right. Ryan saying, "'Twas a champing. That's the game we are playing." Approaching half-time, and Aster, I don't want to jinx them here, but they're holding their own.
Doing very well so far. Again, down to 10 men.
Scored with their only shot on goal.
You do worry about that with Chiotis, in fairness, in goal.
Ryan won fair and square, hard team to beat. It's very, very generous of you, Andreas. A lot of other people wouldn't be so forgiving of the game. Who is the current champ and what's the meta? Not narrow. So, current champ is Mr. Edwards. Yes. It is. I was going to say it was the other Ian. No, it's Northern Burner, the current champions.
Yeah, beat them in the final, did they not?
They did. And it's mainly wingers in a version of a 2-7-1 is the way most people go. Northern Burn stats down screen. Are you surprised that? Again, that they're against 10 men, they haven't been a bit more sort of forceful in this first half?
only in as much as how dominant they've been for most of the season. You would have expected them to be doing a little better. And it's not like Ian to make a lot of changes either.
No, he's already put as is.
There you go. That's not surprising the slightest. So unless they start picking it up in the second half, Astor have got a very good chance here.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, they are down to 10
needs to get hooked immediately.
Who does?
Where's Brown?
What, because he's booked 10 on a 5?
Booked 10 on a 5, gone.
Taribo West has lost 0% energy in that first half.
Like a fine wine.
Breaking news coming away from the world of Super League. In the least surprising news in Premier League history, Conte has gone from Spurs.
Fantastic. Please take Brendan. Please.
And to which Tato says, "Oh, for fuck's sake, we play them next." That's got Nagelsmann written all over it, surely.
I
mean, to be fair, Spurs probably want Nagelsmann. Whether Nagelsmann wants Spurs is a completely different matter.
No chance. No. Spurs want Brendan Rodgers. Start the rumour now and it might pick up.
Our favourite for the Spurs job.
No, because that is exactly what will happen. They'll take Brendan and we'll get Alf.
Mike saying Brown off for Yakubu until exactly 60 minutes. I will try my best. Andreas, the Super League is not the same as when you left it, sir. So it's a different animal entirely. But I'm sure that, as I say, form is temporary, class is permanent. So if you were to come in, you would have just as much an effect as Ryan's had. Mid-table mediocrity. Let's resume the action. And it is all Burn. And there is Contra with the goal to make it 2-1. And they are coming at them with everything they've got, looking for a third. Wow, 61, Mike. Sorry, I tried.
That 1 minute is gonna make a lot of difference for Mike. He needs every opportunity.
He needs every minute he's got. Barry Ferguson there on a 9. Rolling back the years. Imagine having a midfield 2 of Ferguson and Beckham.
Yeah, I'd rather Duncan Ferguson and Odell Beckham.
Mike say there's this bloke called Ian, as in not Edwards. Watch out for him. I can't think that Ian would have been. I don't think Ian would have been here when Andreas was in the league. Then again, I'm sure Midlothian were a club, so he might have been. Ian's going as is. As for Mr. Savage, who absolutely was not around when Andreas was in the league.
Jan Cheddar, Bin, get Carrick on.
Get Pippo Inzaghi in.
Yeah, they're the two.
So
Edmundo
Andreas
has done all right, and I know he scored, but I would probably.
Ian that made the logos, Andreas, is Mr. Edwards. He's the Northern Burn manager. You're watching his game now. Yes, Midlothian were a club when you were here. So Scottish Ian is the one we're referring to. Mike says, fuck you, Smuts. Just unnecessary aggression from Mr. Savage.
Savage. Unbelievable.
We even do subs now, Andreas. Look, that's how much we've developed.
There you go. Now he's seen the match rating for Jan Cheddar. It might change his mind.
Leave Cheddar alone. Get Pippo on. Go for it.
Yeah, with him on a yellow, even though he scored, I would look at Edmundo for Pippo and put 2 up.
Nah, fuck that. I would look at Munitir's yellow card, put Locatelli out wide, have no central midfield, and have Edmundo behind a front 2 of Salas and Inzaghi.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good call, actually.
But we're just going for a straight swap, Salas for Inzaghi.
Yeah.
Boo, Mr. Savage. Let's resume the action then. 2-1.
Same token, down to 10 men. Yeah, you probably got nothing
I wish
to lose.
the cat would stop walking in front of the fucking screen. Oh, we got an injury, and Zaki's going straight off again.
Nailed on. Absolutely nailed on.
For fuck's sake. So you were saying bring Edmundo off. Now he's going up top.
Yep. Or to be honest, I'd put... Is it Thomas Locatelli? Yeah, I'd put Locatelli up front.
No, surely it's got to be this. With Carrick in here.
Yeah, probably. Well,
Mike is very angry tonight, look. Angry savage. Oh, dear.
He must be angry. This is some sort of essay that's coming here.
Edmundo up top, Locatelli AMC, Carrick at DMC. So no central midfield? Is that what we're saying?
Worst shout.
I'll just wait for confirmation. That's how he wants it.
Yeah, done.
Okay. It's not a red card, so no change for Burn. Let's resume the action. Aston want a penalty, not given.
Ooh.
Perez. Edmundo, just wide. Yes, I realise this is happening, but I forget when I'm looking at my screen. Rox is here. I've saved Haggis till late for you, Rox. Fix?
Fix, yeah.
Here's Pedro Muniz. Edmundo. Oh, he's offside.
Is Wayne
I'll tell you what, Aston are going for this.
Rightly so. Is Wayne Dade not one of them referees that everyone moans about as well?
Yeah.
There you go. Unlucky, Mike.
Carrick, Perez, Locatelli, Edmundo. Oh, perfectly timed tackle. Sigalko, Ferguson, Sigalko. Horribly wide. Into injury time. We haven't had an injury time goal tonight.
That is why Northern Burn will probably win the league again. Underperformed against 10 men for the most part. Still snuck a win.
Harris Ferguson
has a one shot on target as well.
Again, we've had a fair few red cards ruining the spectacles tonight as such, but I think Michael takes some heart from that. They just need... The concern for them is they do not score anywhere near enough goals. He needs to sort that side of things out.
Yeah.
And now that the window's open again, I really hope he does. Because there's potential there. I mean, the Astor squad's been decimated from what it started as. The Astor squad should have been tearing this league apart from how it started. But this new squad, it just needs to sort out the... Just needs to sort out the attack.
Hopefully, one of those two strikers that Ryan's got rid of is going to Aston. Fingers
just
crossed.
Charity case.
Yeah, yeah.
Penultimate game of the evening. East Coast versus Badgers. Tato wants the Badgers on. The Badgers are on. And you can see Coast are decimating themselves. Day out injured. Hoffland suspended. Campbell injured. So that leaves them lining up.
Your first choice centre-back pairing.
And goalkeeper. Oh, no, not goalkeeper. He's got Toldo. No, he's got Toldo. He's not a first choice keeper.
Yeah, you're not too worried about the keeper. But yeah, your first choice two centre-backs is a worry.
Despite...
It's not bad two replacements, to be honest.
No, I mean, I'm looking at that team and I'm struggling to see an obvious weakness.
Yeah, I think you're not wrong. And the bench looks fairly solid as well. I think, top three is certainly where this team should be.
To add to Rox's earlier question, Ian was here early doors, but I've not seen him comment for a while, so I don't know if he's still with us.
Don't worry, Rox. I'll take the haggis on.
And when I say I don't know if he's still with us, I just mean watching the stream. I don't mean anything more sinister. R.I.P. Super League legend. I didn't notice on your thing, Dimble, if you had a captain in mind. Do you want to name one now while it's on the screen?
While he's thinking, I'll grab another one.
Told her. Lovely, thank you. Ryan saying he OD'd.
Scottish stereotype that he is.
Now we're just going to get a range of comments of how Ian kills himself.
It's probably a bus crash.
Did you ever see that book, 100 Bunny Suicides?
The Darwin Awards. My favourite ever Darwin Awards winner is a guy who jumped off a cliff trying to kill himself. But before he jumped off the cliff, he ingested some poison and set fire to himself. And so he was jumping off the cliff with a rope around his neck. He jumped off the cliff. The rope snapped, so he didn't die by hanging. He fell into the water below the cliff, which put the fire out. And he ingested some seawater, which made him throw up the poison. Nice. He survived.
Superb.
Until he died by drowning 5 minutes later.
Obviously.
Or the other person who survived on nothing but Brussels sprouts for a week and then died in a completely closed room of methane poisoning because they fell asleep, farted themselves, Brussels sprouted to death. Yeah.
Nice. No Guardiola or Emerton for Badgers, but they do have the front two of Viduka and Van Nistelrooy. Lopez is the change in midfield from memory. He comes in on the left with Agahawa, Aymar and Suchowski keeping their place, but protecting Samuel and Kamuna.
Now, I've been talking to Tato about this team since season 1. And all I've heard from Tato constantly is, look, I'm going for big names this time. I'm not going to play any of the stupid players that I like all the time. You know, I'm not going to play Kamuna. I'm not going to play Swiatkowski. I'm not going to play Vlahovic. I'm not going to play any stupid names at any point. I would never bring in someone stupid like Zas. I would never play for Marnie instead of Nicky Butt. Rayad's not getting a look in this season at all. Just have a quick look at that.
Did you say that? He started 7 games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's completely ignored everything, and I expect Ficini to be on up front instead of Van Nistelrooy any minute now.
Not even on the bench for this one.
Yeah, that's the only shock so far I've seen in this lineup.
So penultimate game. If I could ask you a score prediction, please.
0-0.
0-0, lovely. As I've got on the ticker, East Coast best defensive record in the league this season. But Badgers are throwing everything they can to try and upset that record. How's Red played 10 games? Thought I sold him like last week, said yes. Coming up to halftime already. 4 minutes being added on. No goals up to this point. There is the halftime whistle.
Yep, that's exactly what you'd expect from the Badgers. Have they had a shot on target all season?
Well, they must have done.
I'm sure I looked at it earlier. They've scored 8 goals and they have Van Nistelrooy.
No, fuck off.
They've scored 8 goals all season. I'm sure of it.
Oh, fucking hell. They have actually scored only 10 goals. How can you be in the playoffs with 10 goals?
Just ludicrous.
How is that only 1 shot? Says Tato. So this stems back to Drunk Stee, I believe. We've got Craig saying Abiduka. We've got Ryan saying Biduka. Steve was having issues pronouncing the name, I believe, in his
I
less
can't
than
see
sober
what your
state.
hands are doing. All I can see is your screen shaking violently.
Oh yes, because I do that annoying thing where I bounce my leg when I'm sat still.
Right. Okay. Fine.
My hands are quite clearly on the mouse, and I've got the cat here as well.
That was the worry. It was the fact that you got the cat there.
Let me move the cat.
Sorry, hang on. Apologies. Super League. Serious league for serious people. There's no cat fucking here, I promise.
No, there isn't.
0-0. That's
the story of the night.
Yeah.
The ratings not particularly favourable for Badgers.
Well,
distinctly average.
Yeah, distinctly average pretty much describes the Badgers, doesn't it?
Fuck off, Jens. Right, so Brugink for Salva, that's it. No problem at all, Dimble. And for Badgers, Kamuna off for Famani. Samuel 1 at the back and 2 in DMC. More changes to come at 60. So we've got our first non-enforced one at the back of the evening. My God, I'm choking on something. Are you happy to see it?
Yeah, it's. I believe that
Badgers have scored.
About fucking time. It's about time that something changed at the Badgers, and that's the right thing to change, clearly.
Always wear 2 condoms when fucking an Irish girl, to be sure, says right.
This is a serious league, Ryan. We don't do jokes here.
What the fuck? Why is condition not coming up? There we go.
Come on. I have come on here especially to be really serious. I turned down an opportunity to be at the hairdressing championships tonight. I was going to watch it on TV. Sky Plused it. I'm going to watch the highlights.
Let's not make it out to be anything more than it is. You've come on here because you were the last resort because nobody...
You just jumped over my joke there.
Because nobody wanted to come on co-coms with me.
Watch the highlights later. It's a joke about hairdressing. Highlights later.
There's only so many times I can hear you make the same jokes.
Hey. Unbelievable. What time's Sean Connery like to go to Wimbledon?
Go on.
10-ish.
Poor. Ian enjoyed it though. Either that or Jens's comment about a Tato masterstroke.
I imagine he was more enjoyable. Ryan's joke.
Oh. On me up front in a 2. Oh, no, try that again. Brugink Central AMC of Arrow. Arrows on MDF.
You can tell both of these managers in the small horse. As soon as one's gone to one at the back, it's just, fuck it, attack.
Oh, here we go, look. What's brown and sticky?
Stick. Steve just texted to say he's glad I'm watching this on mute. What's the crack? Too busy laughing to type my Yes.
Oh dear me! And now we've got a range of Badgers amendments coming. Pissed all over my joke too.
It's brown and sticky. Where's brown covered in super glue? Is that the answer?
Oh dear me!
Right,
Just filling time while Tato fills out his paragraph of changes.
Yeah.
The fuck? Switchowski off for Rayed. There we go. What have I done with my life? Says yes. We're all thinking it.
To be honest, Jens, you are far too good looking to be anywhere near this level of nerdery.
Oh,
Great football by the Badgers. No, I don't believe this for a second.
Billy Tommy says after sitting on the Coast Tactics page for 108 seconds. But we're about to sit on it again now because we've got an injury. And that's massive, by the way. Anelka going off injured. He'll be hoping that's not a long one.
Yeah, I wish I had that version of Anelka in the small horse. He's fucking scoring goals for fun in here. Yeah. What are you doing here? Maybe Ortega.
Brushing Cup top.
Brushing Cup top, Ortega in behind. Then
Volodenkov to the right and Tonetto on the left.
Yeah. Or Milevsky.
Dimble. It's okay, lads. Heskey's on his way to East.
Oh, fantastic. Big meal.
Petrov AMC.
I'm looking forward to me and Martin getting the first two draft picks of the Invitational Championship. He'll go first to, Vieira or someone like that. And I'm going to Emil Heskey, pick number 2.
Cordova's booked. Tell you what, I've been very impressed by Badgers.
That's because he's got...
Oh, there's another red card!
There we go.
Dimble. Oh, fucking hell, Vogel. Dimble's side is being decimated.
You leave with that as is, realistically.
I reckon Petrov goes back with an arrow.
Yeah.
But now, does Tato go all out for it? He's already winning by a goal, but does he just throw everyone forward looking for that second? Because we dropped it from very fast to fast, Tato. As we always do at 70 if there's no more than a goal difference between the sides. Oh, Dimble's going for it. Like it. Any changes for you, Tato?
Actually.
We see Aymar and Agahawa being pushed forward.
Would make sense to me.
Fuck it, push Rayed and Lopez up there as well and have 5 behind the 2.
That wouldn't surprise me. Nah, leave it as is. Yeah, there you go.
See, he's less adventurous in the Super League.
Yeah.
13 minutes to play.
And that's why he's winning the small horse currently and not anywhere near winning this one.
Into the final 10 minutes. Into the final 5 minutes. Oh, yellow card handed out. Free kick to the home side. 3 minutes being added on. We're into those 3 minutes now. Nothing happening in injury time? Or is there? Agahawa, Aymar, Toldo with a fine save, corner kick, and there's the full-time whistle. Badgers running out 1-0 winners away at East Coast.
Just about deserved as well. Absolutely destroying them on the throw-ins, as Dan will see. Deserved win in that case.
Andreas, it's lovely to see you. Hopefully you'll be back again. The Super League is live every Wednesday now, isn't it? Every Wednesday and Sunday. If you're free to come and watch another episode, and we'll hopefully see you again soon.
Oh, man. Or if you actually like to see goals and stuff, small horses on at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Sorry, serious.
It's fine. Don't mind promoting other CM content. Jens saying Tato on a massive roll. Tato saying I've sold all my team.
Yeah. As long as he's kept Samuel, Van Nistelrooy at a push, Aymar, Casillas, as long as you're building from those 4 building blocks, he'd probably have to have sold one of them realistically to get the 57 players in that he's bought in.
Here we go. Final match of the evening.
Now, this has got 0-0 written all over it. Fantastic. This is prime Super League PR Greaves action. How many defenders? Right. I count 2 and 4 defensive midfielders. Oh, what are all them arrows doing? What are you doing? That's 2 attacking. I don't like it.
Aymar's going. He's wanked.
There you go. I did think one of those 4 would go.
Rox is here, but he's on mute. Missing all this prime
all
content.
sorts of names. Nick Cage is average.
So Celtics continue to regress, unfortunately for them. Since sacking PR Greaves and replacing him with Peter Greaves, they haven't improved. Their squad is worse. They have no attacking options, and Kevin Phillips is now starting in the Super League.
Fantastic. That is exactly the sort of Super League stalwart that Greavesy is. That's not enough defenders for me. I think get Kevin Phillips out, put a 3rd centre back in at the very least, maybe a sweeper. That is the defensive-minded manager that you'd expect.
Both teams scored in both fixtures last season without first-choice centre-back pairing Lucio and Novotny for this one. That's massive, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. In fairness, Lucio he's brilliant. Novotny is not as much of a miss, you'd say. Babel is decent enough. And I know Vrede usually does quite well, but yeah, that's a big downgrade in centre-backs. As soon as you take Lucio out of that equation, you're struggling defensively.
Haggis have their own selection issues. Deisler unavailable, Ferdinand unavailable, Helguera unavailable too. And also you'll notice that, who did I have to drop down? Gomez has been put down to the reserves to give us a nice easy screen because of his injury. They're going with Santos, Live and Michelini in that as that trifecta in defence and midfield for this one. Giggs and Camps on the wing, Scholes supporting the front.
I can see why they're doing well. That 4 of that back 5 are brilliant. I can imagine they've probably gone out and got another defensive midfielder to plonk in instead of Live. I don't know that for definite. And Amoruso, Klimovic, I know he loves Klimovic, does rocks. But they're probably a striker short of being very, very good. A striker and a defensive midfielder away from being right up there with...
Right up there when they're top of the league.
I know they're top of the league, but with Bern winning tonight, they could be losing that spot tonight. I know they've got rid of Rossini. I hope they've got rid of David Collins because he's a bag of shit. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what...
Collins has only just come in.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what attacking options they bring in.
Okay. So for the final time this evening, can I ask you for score prediction?
Oh, it's Tortuga Celtics. It's 0-0, 100%. Although Haggis should win this canter.
Okay. Early yellow card, another yellow card. There's definitely going to be a red card in this one as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
Still, it's a nice, easy one to read, at least.
Yeah.
Another yellow card. Is that 4 now already? There's another one.
5.
And there's the Haggis goal on his debut.
Klimovic. There we go.
And there's right wing back Gattuso levelling things up. There's another yellow card. Fucking hell.
I think Gattuso did pretty well for the 5 minutes.
There's another yellow card. They want a penalty. Rest says no. Oh, what a debut. What a debut for Klimovic.
Not bad.
So 2-1 at half time.
As I said,
every shot on target essentially going in, which is rubbish.
75%. 75%. Sorry, Swanee. The stats here from the presenters just terrible.
Rox already says stick to 66 yellow cards dished out in that first half. Greasy
50% of the shots were on target as well. I don't know if you noticed that too.
Excellent work.
It's a serious league for serious people.
So, as Rox has said, stick, and Greasy absolutely isn't going to be here. Let's carry straight on to 60. Almost 2-2.
I'd expect to see live for Medina at 60 minutes.
Debutant looking for his hat trick. Oh, fucking hell. Let's Del Piero leveling things up. 2 apiece. Ryan saying
will be absolutely
clintristic.
Fuming that that's taken an extra 6 minutes and a goal went in as you press the button.
Ian, putting Rox in charge equals human wibwob.
Unless he's in the small horse where he's got complete reign to do what he wants. And they're what, 7th? 8th?
Yeah.
Lost 4 out of 5.
Even I'm ahead of him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how shit the small horse is.
There we go. Swap him for Michelini. Yeah, that was nailed on, in fairness.
Anything else, Rox? Drop skulls back to MC.
Yeah. It's not the worst shout.
Figo for Mendes. Oh, hang on.
Here we go.
Figo for Mendes. Figo to AMC with an arrow. So Rox is going one at the back. I'm guessing you approve of this.
Very, very much so. Very much indeed. Swap Figo and Cmsl.
I've seen it.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I was going to say I don't like Figo in AMC.
Figo normally plays his best for Haggis on the right wing.
Yeah, I'm going to say he's a winger. Figo and Giggs on the wing is ideal, in fairness.
Amu says side netting. 15 minutes to play, still 2-2.
I can't believe the Greavesy team has scored 2 goals in the game. It's not a Super League I know and love.
Del Piero. Trezeguet. Phillips. Another yellow card. Into the final 10.
I waited until Wood is not here to do the Kevin Phillips head for him. There you go.
Friday off Medina. Festival gets down to save. Final 5 minutes. Is this going to be the injury time limbs we've been waiting all night for? Camps offside. 2 minutes only to be added on. Another offside. Santos. Amorosa. Over the bar. Heading towards injury time. Here come the home side.
It couldn't be, could it?
Del Piero. Pushes it away. Good save. Corner kick into injury time. No nonsense from Michelini. Trezeguet! Oh, there was the chance. And the game finishes 2 apiece. Look at that. Much more like it from Celtics.
In fact, probably the best that they've played all season. Has Greasy been here at any point all season to change anything?
Well, he normally only if he's on like first game because he gets up at stupid o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I probably played better because he didn't change anything. That's what I'm going with.
Tomasi gets man of the match. Again, another shout for Vesterveld being sensational.
Not a bad debut for Klimovic.
No, not at all.
Does exactly what Rox knows he can do. Michelini as well. An absolute find in the database for
one corner in the whole game, and that was the one in injury time.
Right at the last seconds, yeah.
Wow. Perfect circle. There we go. So that concludes the evening's entertainment, which means the transfer window is officially open. Let's go with the classified results. Dragons 0, Fulchester 0. In what was built up as a titanic heavyweight tussle, turned out to be a very average, mediocre ball fest of a starter. Badgers winning 1-0 away at Coast. Great result for them. Burn returned to the top of the league with a 2-1 win over Astor. Vikings beating Gazelles 1-0. We just saw Celtics and Haggis play out a 2-2 draw. A 5-goal thriller between Casuals and Swanley. Rose and Triple P playing out a 2-2 as well. Let's have a look at the league table. You're the only one who built it up. How can you not build up the Galacticos that is the Dragon squad when everyone's fit, yet somehow it looks fucking average nowadays on paper? They must have a lot of injuries. Against the two-time champion who came back promising the earth and in the first half of the season has delivered not much. League table.
It started 6th versus 9th and finished 7th versus 9th.
Burn, top of the league, 2 points clear of Haggis, who themselves are 2 points clear of Coast, who have a 3-point gap to Triple P and Badgers. Vikings now make up the top 6. Dragons lead a group of 3 on 17, with Swanley sandwiched between them and Fulchester. Gazelles a further point behind on 16. Casuals now 5. Let's do the maths there. 5 points off the playoff spots with 14. Rose and Celtics 3 points clear of bottom of the table. Astor on 13.
So he opened up a little bit as it was over the start of the night.
Fifth and a goal difference of -3 points out Tater. Indeed.
Terrible.
I'll very quickly. Fixtures for it'll be Wednesday, won't it? Badgers Casuals, Swanley Vikings, Fulchester Burn, a battle of the multi-time champions there. Gazelles Rose, Haggis Coast could be a good game. That second v third. Triple P Dragons, and a look at that 13th versus 14th. Celtics versus Astor. If no one has already done so, please do volunteer for co-coms. It makes our life so much easier when it is sorted early doors. I'm going to flick through some.
Drag me in, yeah.
Indeed. To be fair, you've got a compliment here. Top level comms, lads. Cheers.
It's because I had my serious face on.
And enjoyed that, says Tato. Up the Super League. Final words from you, sir, as I just flick through a couple. Yes, come on, Cambiasso. He's up there now, number 1. Final comments from yourself then, as I just tick through a couple of these because the guys like to see it.
Yeah, 18 more goals tonight than I was expecting. And as expected, only 1 goal in every single game that there was a victor in. So it is those fine margins where the Super League sort of flourishes. And it is very much a tactical game compared to the Small Horse, which you can watch tomorrow night from 9 p.m. on YouTube and on Twitch if you want to see 5-goal thrillers, 9 games on a trot.
Enjoyed some Super Shit League for a change, says Mike. Ryan saying, you've been good value. It's nice to hear different voices.
Oh, you do compliment me.
And Tate saying, that face looks like it's been made from things in my daughter's craft box.
Thank you.
On that kind note, thank you very much for your time this evening, mate. I'm sure, like I said, we're due a catch-up. So I will see you very soon. I will be back doing this again in 2 weeks' time. But until then, by the time I come back, you will have all done about 100 transfers. The league table will look completely different. And I look forward to seeing you again then. Until Wednesday, when the Super League is back, it must be Dimble Wednesday, I think. From me and Smuts, good night.
Toodles.